I've been bothered by one significant plot hole in this season of The Rookie. Bailey Noon, Jenna Dewan, pursues her ex-husband Jason Weiler, Steve Kazi, with the help of professional hitman Malvado, Jimmy Gonzalez. He defeats Jason successfully in episode 5 and manages to get away from the police. I've been wondering if the writers of The Rookie would ever revisit Bailey's role in this crime now that the season is well underway. Well, I got what I want in episode 14, but it wasn't quite what I had hoped for. In addition, Lucy Chun, played by Melissa O'Neill, and Selena Juarez, played by Lee Seth Chavez, work on a case that triggers a lot of Selena's painful past and has been giving me nightmare fuel for a while. The Rookie reveals Tim's dark web target. Tim Bradford, played by Eric Winter, learns at the start of the episode that he has been added to a dark web hitman-for-hire website. The site is essentially teeming with assassins, and the team investigates it. Laura Stinson, Britt Robertson, from Rookie, Feds is brought in to help them warn the targets on the list that their lives are in jeopardy. They come across Malvado during their pursuit, who has been using the website to find employment. Malvado pursues Tim and John Nolan, Nathan Fillion, in a frantic pursuit after the team finds him at a golf course, where his next target is. When Angela, Alyssa Diaz, shows up just in time to shoot Malvado in the chest, it appears that Nolan and Tim will be defeated. Malvado's combat skills are obviously impressive. It was entertaining to watch this sequence, but I regret that this is the real end of this fascinating assassin. He never really gave us the opportunity to get to know him better, and it seems like a much more interesting plot point to have him make another attempt to get close to Bailey, possibly through blackmail. I'm a little disappointed that Bailey won't ever face any real repercussions for her deviance, but she's officially off the hook now that only Nolan was aware of her relationship with Malvado. The FBI now controls this dark website, which means they can apprehend a lot more criminals. However, there is still one question. Will we ever learn who added Tim's name to the list? In episode 14, Lucy is introduced as a very relatable queen who is listening to a true crime podcast. She is shocked to hear that the podcast will be about Selena's sister Blanca's kidnapping and murder, which was covered in season 5. Selena is furious that Heather, the podcaster, is looking into, or rather taking advantage of, her sister's case and maintains that she is a vulture. Selena successfully stops her mother from doing a full interview, but she later explains why she is hesitant about the podcast. When she tells Lucy that she doesn't understand the appeal of the true crime genre, Lucy understands and admits that it's not always obvious where the boundary between entertainment and exploitation lies. For a show that usually adds a lot of humor to its episodes, this is a thought-provoking discussion about a pertinent topic that surprised me. At the start of the episode, a young woman named Aubrey, Destiny Hernandez, approaches Lucy and Selena as they are about to confront Heather and request assistance. Aria, Julia Rose, her pregnant sister, age 21, has vanished. This plot contains a few red herrings. The girl's disappearance is not the result of the boyfriend or her domineering family. When Lucy and Selena follow up on a tip that Aria had thought about renting a room from a woman named Greta, who is similar to Mother Teresa, they get a break in the case. Lucy and Selena are aware that Greta is lying when she claims to be unaware of Aria's fate. As it happens, Aria is confined to Greta's basement after she claimed Aria's child as her own. During a terrifying scene, Greta nearly stabs the infant while uttering the enigmatic phrase, "The ties that bind us must be cut." That's among the creepiest things I've seen on this show. I apologize. Lucy shoots Greta to put an end to the altercation after Greta assaults Selena and kicks her down the basement stairs. Lucy and Selena are obviously shaken by the experience, but Greta survives and the baby and Aria are fine. As a realistic through line for her character, Selena is still grieving for her sister, and she shuts Heather out of her podcast. She carries Blanca with her everywhere she goes, so she doesn't need to share their story to honor her memory, which is heartbreaking. I thought it was fantastic that a woman who never showed any empathy for Selena's suffering made a comeback. Having been somewhat shaken by the story of the murderous baby kidnapper, I'm relieved that episode 14 also features some of the more ridiculous plot lines. In addition to the Los Angeles Police Department preparing for its flag football matchup with the Los Angeles Fire Department, Miles Penn, Derek Augustine, is assigned to produce new training videos for the institution. Miles is hesitant to return to his football roots at first, but he eventually strikes a deal with Tim, who agrees to play a key role in the training videos, and Miles finally takes the field again. The major rivalry is still brewing at the end of the episode, but the LAPD team naturally prevails thanks to a cameo from Cooper Manning as their coach. Given the low attendance at one of their events, it appears that the police reform meeting isn't going very well, but we get another small side plot about it. It is hoped that the show will be able to cover this in greater detail before the season concludes. In another scene, Angela comments, "That girl is the best thing that ever happened to you," reminding Tim of how fortunate he should be to have Lucy in his life. Angela, go preach. I must admit that Bailey's continuous promotion of Amazon Prime and its lightning-fast delivery made me want to yell at the screen. Episode 14's drawbacks include the fact that we don't really get much development into the Chun-Ford romance. It goes way beyond mere subtle product placement at this point. Nevertheless, I'll still consider this episode a success because of the resolution of Malvado's plot and the poignant Lucy and Selena case, which gives these characters the opportunity to grow emotionally.